Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Motown's Wrestling Review. I am Tony Motown Allen, the president of the Motown's Wrestling Group on Facebook, and if you're not part of the wrestling group, make sure you join. And as far as my videos go, make sure you like all my videos and subscribe to my network as well. That way you get alerts anytime I upload a video. And leave your comments and everything. I always share my comments. I'm not an expert. I'm not having inside scoops or anything like that. I'm just a fan. And you guys are fans as well, so definitely share your opinions as well. Today, we are discussing the Friday Night SmackDown from last night, and the show kicks off with the beast himself, Brock Lesnar. And it was kind of funny because watching this with my girl and everything, and she was just kind of impressed with like how big Brock was and everything, and like just like Jesus Christ, he's a beast. And then out comes R-Truth. And she just like, why do they like him? Like, she was not feeling R-Truth at all. It was kind of funny because I'm kind of with her on that. Why are they booing Brock Lesnar? Why are they cheering for R-Truth? Oh, man. But this segment. It was the most useful 15 minutes I've seen in wrestling in a long-ass time. Jesus Christ. And what makes it worse is, like, every bad fucking thing that my broadcast partner from Smoke and Fire, your not-so-humble correspondent Robert Black, every fucking bad thing he had to say about Brock Lesnar's involvement in wrestling, I felt yesterday. With all the talent that you have, we wasted 15 minutes with this useless bullshit. Now, I know some people are probably entertained by some of the shit and everything. I get that. R-Truth came out there. R-Truth did his R-Truth shit, which I thought Ron Killings was back, but apparently Ron Killings is dead. And it's full-fledged R-Truth after he got fired a few months back. What was the purpose of this? Brock talking about talking about he's looking for John Cena. Dude, you was at the show last week where they said that he's not on, like that was his last SmackDown. You about the only stupid motherfucker that thought he might be there this week. The segment was so pointless and so useless. And I like Brock. It pains me to say this. I defended Brock to the not-so-humble correspondent Robert Black so many times about how he's big time. He's a needle mover. When he's out there, I mean, I defend him. But the most entertaining thing about this segment was him ripping his pants when he gave R-Truth the F5 and you saw his blue goddamn underwear. Where's Johnny Munoz? Where's Johnny? This segment was sad. You guys know I don't rate segments, I only rate matches. And it'll have to be an incredible segment for me to rate one. And if I was rating segments, I would give this segment a D. Minus. But I'm not rating the segment. But this was bad. It's just a waste. It was a waste of time. That segment was so bad. Like, Friday Night SmackDown came on yesterday. My day yesterday started with me getting a fucking flat tire. This big rock punctured a hole in my tire. I had to go on lunchtime and buy a new fucking tire. I was an hour late for work because I had to wait for AAA to come put the donut on my tire. This segment was worse than that. That wasn't even the worst part of my day. That's how bad that Brock segment was. It was worse than me getting a flat and having to spend money on a new fucking tire. That's how bad this segment was. And we got an open challenge. Sami Zayn defend his title against Rey Fenix. Well, Booker T's on commentary for this. I didn't mention that earlier because Wade Barrett is on a planned vacation, apparently. No matter what the rumors are, apparently he's on a planned vacation. So Booker T was on SmackDown. And I'm happy he pointed out the fucking obvious. when you have open challenges, you go into the ring and then you get surprised with your opponent. Last week, Sami Zayn had an open challenge and he challenged John Cena. So the champion with the open challenge didn't have a surprise opponent. This week, it was Rey Fenix that he knew about ahead of time. So again, there was no surprise. Next week, the surprise challenger in his open challenge is Carmelo Hayes. So he's got a week to prepare for his open challenge. That's normally a last minute surprise. The match was actually pretty good. I gave the match a B itself. They had some "this is awesome" chants in there towards the end, and rightfully so. But they were talking to Booker T about Rey Fenix transition from tag team wrestling to single wrestling, and then Booker T talked about he's a natural singles wrestler, which, Rey Fenix from Lucha, we know what he could do in single competition. I mean, he is a natural singles wrestler. But Booker T was like, he just used the tag team thing to get his foot in the door. He's a natural singles wrestler. Penta is on Raw and he's on SmackDown. They haven't had the Lucha Brothers since either one of them been in the WWE. So how was he doing tag team wrestling and using the tag team to get his foot in the door when he pretty much came in as a singles? Booker T, I don't get you on that one. I don't get the logic. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, though. Somebody had to be feeding that bullshit into your ear or something. I know you spent a lot of time on NXT. That was it. That's it. You must be spending a lot of time on NXT. Really haven't been watching. I'm going to give you that shit, Book. I'm going to let you slide on that, though. But Sami Zayn won this match with a hell of a kick. 1, 2, 3. He moves on for a win. And Rey Fenix, I just feel like they're really dropping the ball with him. First off, Penta, by far, better than Rey Fenix, without a doubt. But Ray's not this. There's like, from the way they're booking him, there's like a huge ass gap between Penta and Rey Fenix. And the reality of it, it ain't that big of a gap. Penta's here, Ray's here. But them, it's a shame. It's a shame. Next, Julia is taking on B-Fab because now B-Fab got beef with them and everything. Sick of them jumping her girl and all that bullshit. Never really had a match. It was just a double team on B-Fab, beat her down. Mia Yim came out to make the save, chased off the heels. No match, no great. The only reason why this wasn't the biggest waste of time on the show is because we wasted 15 minutes on Brock Lesnar and Ron Cena. Next, we have my chocolate vanilla swirl. Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton. The chocolate vanilla swirl with some big ass nuts in there. I mean, I love me some Jade, but she's a little masculine for me though. Now I'm gonna let Bobby, the mastermind Bobby Rogers, handle all that. But Tiffany Stratton, it's titty time. I will put it on Jade like Dudge. But Tiffany Stratton, oh my God. I will put it on Tiffany Stratton like does. Just as long as my crazy boo AJ Lee don't find out. Very, very good match. This match was by far better than their match at SummerSlam and everything. Way better. Both women look good in this one. I like Jade's performance in this. She was selling. It looked like the timing was on point. They did a lot of counter wrestling and everything. Only thing I did not like about the match is how they kept talking about the mistakes that Jade made to lose the first match and then kept bringing up how she makes mistakes. I really don't think they should be doing that shit. Motherfuckers make mistakes in wrestling all the fucking time that leads to a fucking L and everything. But they don't point it out with everybody else the way they just fucking drilled it with Jay. That pissed me off that they constantly focus on her mistakes and talking about that's why she lost. When wrestlers make mistakes all the time, that leads to losses and everything, and they don't do that shit with everybody else though. Like I just think it was a way to kind of like and I could be wrong. It just could be how I'm just might be like in my feelings over it though, but I just kind of felt like it was their way of downplaying Jade's ability. But the match itself, I gave it a B+. Jade took out Tiffany Stratton in the barricade and everything, and it led to a double count out. I gave a match with a double count out that had no definite winner, a B+. That's how good the actual wrestling match was. Nothing to do with the attack on Nia Jax, but Nia Jax did come out, attack Jade, attack Tiffany Stratton and everything, firmly putting herself in the title picture. But this match I really did like a lot. I was impressed with both ladies. And then our main event of the night was Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. And it's funny because WrestlePalooza is next weekend here in Indianapolis, and this was one of those matches I don't understand why they had on SmackDown. Why they had on SmackDown instead of at WrestlePalooza. Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton. I kind of felt the same way with them as well, though. But the match itself was really good. I mean, you got Randy Orton and everything, and right now we getting the best version of Drew McIntyre we have ever had. The match was really good. Randy Orton went for the punt kick about a couple of different times where the ref keeps stopping him, frustrating Randy Orton. The referee distraction. Drew hit him with the Claymore, got the 1, 2, 3 over the best wrestler in the business today. Gave the match a B-. Was very entertaining. I did like this a lot. I like these two working together. Like I said, I was really hoping this match as well as the last match was going to be on WrestlePalooza. We saw why Jade and Tiffany is not on WrestlePalooza. They were on SmackDown. They had to insert Nia Jax into it. And with this one, Drew had Randy Orton outside in the ring, about to kick his head off like he did Cody. And then Cody Rhodes makes his return. Setting up a match because he's like, the champ is back. I thought he was about to say champ is here, but the champ is back. Like, and I see you at WrestlePalooza. But they left out the Brock Lesnar. Bitch. So this was just a setup for Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre, which is why Randy Orton took the L, which is just fucking crazy. Randy Orton is the best wrestler in the WWE today, and I don't understand why he's not the world champion right now. It's just a shame. It's just a fucking shame, in my opinion. But we're going to wrap this up with the match of the night, the tap out of the night, and the moment of the night. And this is my show, and I can do what I want. Sorry, Marvelous Marcus Buckley. First of all, the match of the night was Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton. If you kept track of my scores, I gave that a B+. That was the highest grade on the show. Kind of sucks when your match of the night is a B+. I mean, it is a B+, but still, it's a shame it's a B. My tap out of the night on the show was Brock Lesnar and R-Truth out there wasting 15 guys. Not R-Truth. Ron Cena. Wasting our time for the 15 minutes. I ain't wasting any more time on my show on that shit. I also had another tap out. This is what I'm talking about, Marvelous Marcus Buckley, my show. The announcement that WrestleMania 2027 is going to be in Saudi Arabia. You fucking greedy fuckers. It's bad enough that you got these outrageous ticket prices and everything. And now the one thing that we've heard so much, I mean, and in all honesty, it was a matter of when, not if. But we always heard about how it's always going to be in the States. It's always going to be in the States. No, it's going to be over here. It's going to be over here. And for you to take it over to Saudi Arabia, because like as if you're not making enough money on the motherfuckers. And the ticket prices, Jesus Christ. You greedy fuckers are making me miss Vince. You're really making me miss Vince. I'm not even fucking bullshitting. Say what you want about Vince McMahon. He didn't price gouge his fans the way TKO is. Fuck you guys. My tap out. My moment of the night happened on Friday. Not necessarily Friday Night SmackDown, but it did happen on Friday. The moment of the night. Dirty Dom. Dirty Dom. Dirty Dominic Mysterio is your new AAA Mega Champion. Proving once again, he is the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all times. He's the greatest Mega Champion of all times. He is the greatest Luchador of all times. He's the greatest Mysterio of all times. He's the greatest Guerrero of all time. Dirty Dom Mysterio is now a double champion. And his deadbeat dad had to put the belt on him because that's what they talked about. That's what he agreed to on SmackDown. But Dirty Dom, you are doing it. All jokes aside, respect, dude, and congrats.